Oh, I was watching this earlier.
11 years.
This guy like breeds them professionally. And was like talking about the breed specific. Blau in your merch? Yeah, I have seen. This man is rocking the fucking ideology look through and through. Respect. And he's looking good while doing it. Totally on board. Crate training is good for giving them a safe space that they know they can go to when they feel unsafe. Yeah. Except she currently does not like the crate at all and does not find it to be a safe space at all. Hopefully she will though. Eventually. Messi also has a massive dog. Oh my god. Oh, this is the same type of dog that fucking what's his face? Bradley Martin has. Also, Messi is kind of tiny, to be fair. Bordeaux Mastiff, I had one growing up. Great dogs. Yeah, they fucking slobber like a motherfucker, unfortunately. Name her Sakura or Finley? No, because Finley is literally the name of a dog that I see every day. One of my trainers. His dog's name is Finley. So there's that. Okay, we got names. We'll do names in a second. Let's learn more about this breed.
Here. So we have...
I was going to do the DNA test already to see what she is. I was going to do the DNA test to see what she is, but she's sleeping, so I don't want to wake her up and like do this fucking swab. You know what I mean? This is a test for 350 breeds, types, and varieties, ancestry profile, and family tree, back to great-grandparents. Find and connect with your pup's relatives. I don't know how the fuck they would do that. Like, this is a 23andMe, but for puppers. We're going to do that in a little bit. The Surf said that this was kind of shit, though. Oh. Oh, my God. Just stretching. You got a big stretch, dude. You got a big ass stretch in there. That isn't the 23andMe Doggo edition? I think so. It's called Embark. I used Embark for my pity mix as a puppy. The physical stats and info they gave you ended up being insanely accurate at a year old. Wait, really? Don't do the DNA test. It will make it harder for her relatives to commit crimes without getting caught. I like how she doesn't sleep on the pillow at all. Yeah, so here's what's going on with that. Okay? If you're wondering why she's sleeping on the ground instead of on the pillow, I can tell you. It's because this is like a warm, not a warm weather dog, but a cold weather dog. So she literally loves laying next to metal to just like get the coolness off the ground. I mean, these are the types of dogs that you literally, as I showed you, you keep outside all fucking day, every day, and they guard your flock. You know what I mean?
My adult male Dino.
Here, let's watch this fucking thing. This guy
Documentary TV, producing the best breed documentary.
Documentary TV.
Welcome to my ranch here, and I want to introduce you to the breed and to my facility and help you better understand what the Tibetan Mastiff is all about. So come on, let's meet some of the dogs. I usually keep my dogs here in...
Is that the best choice for California? No, I'm a ruthless piece of shit, and I want whichever dog I have to suffer the most in my $3 million mansion. That is where the AC is always on. You know, this dog is going to live a horrible life. And I did that on purpose. I was specifically like, please, you know, I like my animals to suffer. I'm a cruel guy. But thank you, Chatter, Andy33K, for informing everybody that you know what's good.
Sort of family packs, usually one male with several females, tends to keep the peace, especially during breeding season. You can keep males or females together in groups if they're not breeding dogs, but that's not the case here. So we have my adult male Dino with a year-old female in the back here, Golden Gaia, year-old female Talia, and a 4-year-old Dolly. And sort of midday, the Tibetan Mastiff often takes a nap. They're alert early evening through early morning, and then for the day they sort of relax and chill out unless there's really something to bark about. The Tibetan Mastiff is sort of the ultimate.
I feel like this guy loves Tibetan Mastiffs, man. I mean, what the fuck? Look at this, bro. He's got like the copper painting. He's got statues, he's got pillows of him.
Family, guardian, protection dog. Their protection is instinctive. It's not a trained dog. The distinction is they are not an aggressor, but they are a defender. So in other words, as long as everything is status quo around the house, around the yard, they're fine, like the lion laying up on the hill. But give them something to get upset about, they're right there standing at the guard at the gate, ready to defend or take it on. They don't go look.
I don't know what to do, but like if she wants to like roam in the yard, no, this is the stand your ground dog. I am thinking about possibly fucking letting her roam at night outside. You know what I mean? And like have like a separate sleeping area for her outside. I haven't figured it out though. She gonna kill a yote? No, not where I live, brother. I don't want her getting stolen. This dog is 150 fucking pounds when she grows up. This is the one. I don't think this is the type of dog that motherfuckers are trying to steal. You know what I mean? This is also, why the fuck would anybody try to steal like a mutt, like 120-pound mutt? You know what I mean? Yeah, they steal fucking pugs and French bulldogs and shit like that so they can like very quickly sell them. And also, hey, are you sure you've considered this years-long decision you've made? I just did 40 seconds of Googling and have concerns. Yeah. Like, it'd be weird. It'd be weird to try and steal a fucking massive dog. Oh my God. Look at her. Look at her kicking. Much. It's too much. It's shit. Oh. It's sleepy time. We are not paying attention to you. Hope you know that. Man, I am not expecting. I'm not even paying attention to anything. Does she smell good? I mean, she smells like a puppy. You know, she has the very distinct puppy scent where she smells like she's laid in piss a lot. And because I love her, it doesn't even fucking matter. You know what I mean? It's just how puppies smell. Puppies smell. I said to myself as a tiny puppy and forgot Hasan's a giant. She is not tiny at all. She's already like around 10 pounds, I think. By 1 month, she's 5 to 10. 2 months, 15 to 30 pounds. Females 10 to 25 pounds. And she's like, I think she's 2 months old. So pretty sure she's around 10 to 25 pounds. So I don't know. By 3 months, they get up to 25 to 40. By 4 months, they get up to 40 to 45, 30 to 45. By 5 months, by 6 months, they get up to 40 to 60 pounds. So, yeah. And they don't stop growing for 2 years. So big breeds are different, where like this breed, from what I understand, they literally keep growing for 2 years. Like they're supposed to stay on puppy food for 2 fucking years. You can get insulated dog doors installed in the exterior walls of your house. We'll see what. I have a Newfie. She's about 145. My brother's dog weighs more than me. I have to be careful when it's around. I mean, she's going to be very, very well trained, so it doesn't matter. Got a Japanese Akita, and they keep growing until 2 years. Very stubborn breed, too. I mean, she's fucking stubborn, too. She takes a piss directly looking at me in the face. She will pee. She will get rewarded for peeing in the right place. And then 5 minutes later, she will go up to the fucking pad and pee next to the pad. I assume because she missed or because she's a dick. I don't know. But you can see she peed on the pad correctly, right there. And this is like not even 24 hours in. So she's doing great. She's pissed and pooped. She's pooped more times on the pad than not. So obviously, eventually, I will move to taking her outside to pee and poop outside. Are you going to consider getting one of those Mammoth Edition pickup trucks? Hard to imagine you and the dog fit in that tiny Porsche. Why not? I mean, she's like a human size. If a human can fit in that Porsche, she can too. All giant dog breeds grow slower. That's why you need to be careful not to let them run up too many stairs or jump a lot until like 18 months. Pretty sure Hawk can pick up a 150-pound dog, especially if they engage in teamwork. Might want to second guess ever taking her outside, Sweaty. I think
for trouble, but they don't let trouble come to them.
Sakura Gore, thank you for the 25. Get the subs.
My name is...
Like, that coat, look, her coat is similar to that, what you just saw. This. She kind of looks like her a little bit.
My name is Richard Eichhorn. Call me Rick. I'm Draki Tibetan Mastiffs. I started in this breed in 1978 when I saw a picture of them in a Life magazine on Rare Breed Dogs of the World. I had a friend who had Tibetan Terriers. I called her and said, "What's up with this Tibetan Mastiff?" She introduced me to the woman who brought the first dogs into the country, who lived about an hour from where I am now. And I got my first dog from her, and that's about 20 generations ago.
How was she in the car ride back? Oh, nothing. She was super chill. But I think, like, guys, puppies, until they're like 6 months old, like, especially in the first 2 months, 3 months, they're still literally learning to see. They're learning to walk. They're learning to see. Like, the first 1 to 8 weeks is really important. They have to be by their mom and with a litter, if if they have the opportunity to be so, because that's when they like learn their first social like their social conditioning comes. Oh my God, look at her ear. Oh, stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's too much. That's too much. She's not even trying. That's the crazy thing. She's not even fucking trying. She's just the cutest little thing. Um, but yeah, they learn. It's very formative. They start seeing things like and reacting to light and whatnot by I think like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So she's only a couple weeks removed from like literally being able to see things and getting off the teat by 8, and then being able to eat hard foods by 8. So I got her like a all ages appropriate for puppy like kibble that is very very soft. But yeah, I have a bunch of name suggestions. We're gonna get to that first, but I'm trying to fucking set the vibe. Are they stubborn eaters? So from what I understand, she just eats when she wants and will sometimes skip a meal or whatever. She's not like weird at all. I mean, she ate. Dogs should not eat kibble. Well, this ain't your average kibble, okay? So don't worry. And also, it just trust me, okay? First of all, dogs can eat fucking kibble. You're wrong. And secondly, it's not literally like Purina fucking half pigeon meat shit, okay? So, I mean, this little baby's eating some fine dining, okay? Some decadent ass shit.
Never dreaming that I would still be in this, still breeding, living full-time with the dogs.
Timeline's a bit off. Eyes open by 2 weeks, soft food, 4 weeks walking, 6 weeks weaning, 6 to 8 weeks socializing with siblings and detachment from mother. Sourced, raised golden retrievers for 20 plus years.
Judging around the world. I mean, it's been a life-changing experience. It's winter time here, beginning of February, so we have the nursery. Solita. Where's your babies?
Oh,
we got a little group
she woke up with a whistle.
Pups here that are 5 weeks old, here with mom.
Bro, she's reacting way better than me. She's reacting way harder than me. She's reacting in ways that I never could. Okay? When people say like react harder, this is why. I got a puppy so she could be my co-reactor and react way harder than me than I ever could.
Sort of learning how to be outside, getting socialized to the... Come on, pups. Come on, babies, let's go. Who's over here? The rest of them are sleeping right now, so we'll just have to take those two.
I mean, she looks pretty similar to that, which is why I'm thinking like
so
maybe she is
Then my facility here, my 3-car garage is my kennel building. All the dogs sleep in here at night, all the grooming, feeding, everything goes on in here. They
she
are
doesn't
from
have that
the roof
eyebrow
of the world,
thing. What do you mean?
Tibet.
Oh, like the little white patch? Yes, she does. Look. She has like the double patch above her eyebrows. We're going to do a doggy DNA anyway, but look. Look.
Isolated region, both in geography and climate, in the religion and tradition of the people. And because of that, they bred true for centuries, isolated in this sort of cold mountain kingdom, performing a function as a family and flock guardian.
She fell, bro. She fucking fell. That's crazy. She will get up. She's so fucking goofy. She will sometimes get up and just straight up fucking fall immediately back down. Like while she's sleeping. It's nuts. How is this a real thing, dude? I don't understand. We do not deserve dogs. Look at those little fucking legs, dude. Look at those goddamn legs. Look at those goddamn fucking paws, dude. Look at that. Oh. So soft, too. But yeah, I mean, her paws aren't that big, so maybe, I don't know. I feel like her paws aren't that big, for the record. So maybe she's mixed.
Typically, you'd have a
like,
dog.
I mean, I know she's mixed with some, but like maybe she's mixed with something that's not that big.
living with nomads or living in a courtyard in the city, protecting the family, maintaining the safety of the home, of the children, of the flock of sheep from wolves, whatever their charge may be. Sort of evolving as a dual purpose, as a stationary guard dog, much like some of the other Mastiff breeds, and also as a flock guardian, like the Kuvas, like the Great Pyrenees. So sort of the amalgamation of a Mastiff breed and a mountain guardian breed. A naturally evolved land race breed that sort of bred true and evolved very specifically because of the isolation and the geography and the climate of Tibet. There wasn't much coming in or going out. It really was, the mountain villages, the snow-capped mountains, the mountain passes, the low-lying valleys, and the dogs were...
Bro, this shirt is out of control. Like, all the other like Mastiff stuff is so crazy that I didn't even notice like what the fuck is going on with these patterns.
Isolated there, and like the other Tibetan breeds, which include the Spaniel and the Terrier, they really didn't have much option to crossbreed. They sort of developed a very pure race of dogs. In that evolution of the breed, there were different functions. You have history documenting the traditional Mastiff type, the very large, heavy, more pendulous lips, more hanging skin, sizable, stationary guardian. These dogs would be seen at the monasteries, chained up in front, often in the courtyards of the...
Like pendulous lips, as in like Mastiff breeds globally will always have like incredibly droopy fucking lips. That is because they're war dogs. Originally, all Mastiff breeds are bred for defense and for war, so they have like these crazy jowls and they have a lot of extra skin. And the reason for why they have that is so they don't actually, if they get like stabbed or if they get bit by like a wolf or whatever, they don't actually feel it in you fighting. Like they literally, that's why they have like so much loose skin. You're like, what the fuck is the reason for this? But the reason is because like it's like defensive. It's like chainmail. It's like having chainmail on your skin basically. Yeah, plus 100 defense.
The
They're
wealthier
armored.
people in the cities of Tibet, whereas a more athletic...
What makes a dog breed pure? Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. I'm just looking at this because like guy very clearly knows about the history of this breed. But I mean, I think it's incest for the most part, right? It's just like they literally will incestuously fucking breed certain traits for years and years and years with the hopes that like they end up getting these like designer traits. But I mean, what we're talking about with like this type of breed, unlike fucking French bulldogs or whatever, is that a lot of these breeds are bred for 1,000 fucking years already, so it doesn't even matter at that point. Like, which is why they like the Inu family of dogs are dogs that have been bred for like thousands of years. So at that point, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Like they're very healthy, whereas like designer dogs that are bred to be like small and like have that busted ass nose and shit, those dogs will have a lot of health complications, like literally similar to like human. Like dogs that are bred for aesthetic reasons and for like consumer choices, like designer dogs will usually have like really busted ass shit. Like they can't breathe. They have a lot of like snout problems. They end up having cancer, shit like that. Whereas, aren't all Inus literally from like 4 families because of World War II? I did not know that. But whereas like dogs that were bred for guardianship, dogs that were bred for hunting, and dogs like that, they are dogs that have been bred for like thousands of years for a particular purpose. Don't actually have that many complications.
leaner, perhaps even a little meaner, more guardian type, would be moving with the nomads, would be a little more efficient in its physiology, not quite as heavy, perhaps a little more confrontational with predators. And so you had this duality, and very often the two types would be regularly crossed to maintain the guardian ability and the physical
I love that. Why is this guy a mix of Tiger King and Papa John? Literally a correct assessment.
ability of the nomadic type, along with the size and the presence and the type and the heft that came along with the Mastiff type. So that's still manifested in today's dog, and the subject of tremendous controversy within the breed, because you have people that are attracted to the breed for one type or the other, and there's many who sort of blend the types to maintain that same balance that was achieved in Tibet. The term Tibetan Mastiff was only applied once Westerners discovered the breed a couple centuries ago, because it was the massive breed of Tibet. The old word for massive is Mastiff, so it was known as the Mastiff of Tibet, the great dog of Tibet.
I can't tell if he's like making this part up, but he seems so confident that like I'm just going with it. But it also doesn't that literally sound like something that someone would make up? Like it just sounds like it sounds fake. It's probably not, because like this guy knows what he's talking about clearly. Nobody puts that shirt on. Nobody puts that shirt on when they wake up in the morning to talk about fucking anything that is their specialty without having the confidence of knowing every little thing about this breed. You know what I mean? Like this man put this Dan Flash's ass shirt on because he was like, this is my Mastiff talking shirt. Okay, I know what the fuck is good. I don't give a fuck what I'm wearing. No man bears the weight of that shirt without knowing exactly. Mastiff in Old Tibetan means suck tongue.
In their native land, they were known as the doki. Doki meaning tied dog or guard dog. As they are one of the original breeds from which many of our present-day working dogs descend. Certainly the flock guardian breeds, also the Saint Bernard, the Chow Chow. There is...
Bro, these things are so funny looking, but apparently they're so aggressive. Like, I had no idea. Like, I thought that these things were so fucking cute. And then I found out that they are one of the most...
Scotiabank's preferred package helps you do more of what makes you, you. Like blasting bots for your followers. With a Momentum Plus savings account, Princess Pink was able to put enough money back in her pocket to upgrade her streaming setup. Scotiabank.
Aggressive fucking breeds. Like, they're like Dalmatians. Dalmatians are also apparently very aggressive. Like, you would think that they'd be like cute as fuck. And like, you know, you got the 101 Dalmatians. Like you think that they are like, you know, beautiful, wonderful dogs. You have them at the fucking, you know, in the old days, like the meme was that like every fire department had a Dalmatian, that sort of shit. No, man, they are fucking aggro as hell. My grandparents had one growing up, so we could never go over there. And then, of course, they got a Dalmatian who's a holy terror because they never got him properly trained. Yeah.
Speculation, various theories.
My neighbors had a Chow Chow, and I thought that thing was going to break the fence and kill me eventually. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Guys, like, you can't get owned by a Chow Chow. They are not that big, okay? You could just kick the fucking thing. Like, also, Mastiff apparently means tamed from Old French, and then from Latin, he's lying.
Theories of if the actual Mastiff breeds came from them or if they evolved simultaneously because of the geography and the isolation. It really bred a dog that was very adept at protection in high altitude and cold climates. You're talking about a geography from 8 to 10 to 15,000 feet, even higher. It was a dog that had a very heavy coat, that had a slower metabolism so it could survive on less. It was a stationary guard that would be tied during the...
This guy's literally the average homosexual dog breeder and exhibitor in America. Source, I show dogs, and this type of people are everywhere, lol, shirt and all. It's
Today,
funny.
it would be let loose at night. And it was an independent thinker. So
Bro,
it
this
worked
fucking dog
instead
looks
of
like a
people,
lion.
not with people.
Like, straight up.
A very important distinction for people today who are looking for a guardian breed. This is a dog that thinks on its own, that's an instinctive guardian, that's not a trained guardian like a Doberman or a Rottweiler or a German Shepherd would be. This dog says, point me in the direction, show me what you want me to guard, now go to bed and let me do it. And that's what they were prized for in Tibet all night long.
For those of you saying this is a less redneck version of Joe Exotic, yes, this is Joe Exotic in California. He's a California guy. Okay, he will mention it, or he did mention it in the video already. This is the Joe Exotic of California, 100%. Same vibes, but just California coded, so like a little bit more liberal.
Barking, sounding the alarm, keeping the predators away, letting everybody know that they were on guard and no one should come there. And that remains true today. If I leave my dogs out all night long, they will sound the alarm all night long. They're not barking at anything. They're sort of saying, hear ye, all is well, stay away, don't come here, don't mess with me. And then once the sun comes up, they basically sleep for the day. I live in the high desert mountains of Southern California at about 4,000 feet.
Yeah, there you go.
There are predators here. There are birds.
Are you going to keep his coat long like a lion? Her coat? Probably not. I want to make sure that she's like comfy first. I don't give a shit about like
of prey. I have to keep some of my puppy runs covered, especially when the pups are young, because there's big owls, there's hawks.
Have you seen what a Caucasian Shepherd puppy looks like? The markings are pretty similar. Brother, of course I know what a Caucasian Shepherd puppy looks like. I'm literally fucking Turkish. Where do you think the Caucasian Shepherds come from? Like, the fuck? Those are like, this is literally like Kongal, Caucasian Shepherd. Like, these are all fucking breeds that are like they are like the Caucasus region. So Armenia, Azerbaijan, Russia. The Caucasus, man. The Caucasus isn't Turkey. I know, but like this breed, the Caucasian Shepherd, is literally the identical breed to Kongals. Like, they're very similar to Kongal. The Kongal's more lab-like than a Caucasian Shepherd. The Caucasian Shepherd is like, specifically has like a longer coat, but they're very similar. And it's from that area here. This is a Caucasian Shepherd. And no, you know why I know she's not a Caucasian Shepherd? Look at her tail. Caucasian Shepherds have a tail that goes down and sloops like that. She has a tail that swirls up. So, no. Tibetan Mastiffs will have a tail that like goes up and swirls up. And I think her face is shorter too. Caucasian Shepherds have like more elongated nose, looking more wolf-like, whereas she has not like a very long nose, as you can see from here. Never have a long-haired dog shaved? Wait, why? Never shave her, please. Definitely don't shave her. Shaving a long hair is a big no-no. Please never do that. Wait, what? Bro, I haven't even groomed this dog yet, and motherfuckers are already, like, upset. It ruins their coats? I don't even know, but I won't do anything without consulting a professional, okay?
Haven't seen any eagles, but I do know that a neighbor lost a young pup to what we think was a big barn owl. There are packs of coyotes that are just outside my property at night. They don't come here because, there's other places.
What the fuck?
There's nothing.
Bro, this thing is devastating. This thing looks lethal, dog. Just full black. You don't see this thing at night, dude.
Here for them to eat, and
You just see the eyes. Here's one thing I did learn about Tibetan Mastiffs. They are very agile. and they're very quiet. Like for 150 fucking pounds, they're incredibly quiet. And so they will like run up to you, run up behind you without you fucking realizing, and then bark.
There's a whole lot of trouble if they do come here. Well, in Tibet, you know, especially with the nomadic lifestyle, you had herdsmen with horses, with goats, with sheep, and the two main predators in Tibet would have been the Tibetan wolf, and as well as the snow leopard. And the first female that I got back in 1979, her father was 11 years old, a dog named Kalu, the very first dog registered in the United States. Kalu had a very hoarse-sounding bark from an encounter with a snow leopard where his vocal box was punctured, and so he sort of had a hoarse sounding bark all of his life from that encounter.
Bro, this motherfucker got a dog. The first dog that he brought into the country was a dog that fought a snow leopard and survived. That is bananas, dude.
The physical appearance of the Tibetan
Look at
Mastiff
this
is sort of
fucking
like the same purpose as a lion in Africa. With the big mane, it's sort of that king of the beast. And in the animal kingdom, the bigger the appearance, the bigger they puff themselves up, the more intimidating they are. So the mane served a dual purpose. Well, actually more purposes. It was insulation.
I wake her up? I didn't even know
it also served to make the dogs appear larger and more fierce, and it also was a barrier with the loose skin. If a predator did get a hold in a battle, the Tibetan Mastiff would have an advantage because there was a lot of loose skin and a lot of hair, so that they had a little extra protection. Add to that the traditional red yak collar called the kikor that they often put on the Tibetan Mastiff, both to be able to identify them at distance and to distinguish them from the wolf, and also for ceremonial purposes, but also that Tibetan collar gave them a lot of additional insulation, sort of like a spike collar would be used on some of the bully breeds. You know, this dog has been sort of classified as one of the flock guardian breeds. I would say it's more ancestral to the flock guardian breeds. For example, I do get people often who call me saying, I've got a flock of sheep, or I've got a wolf problem, or I've got, To be honest, very often I refer them to a different breed. The Tibetan Mastiff is what I'd call a sort of a home or a ranch or a farm protector. They are more involved with people than some of the other livestock breeds who would just as soon be with the sheep as ever see another person. The Tibetan Mastiff wants to touch base with the people, with the home, oversee the corrals, oversee the fields, oversee the whole thing, but to remain around the home and the family. They're not a breed that excels at, for example, being raised with the flock like you would see with a Great Pyrenees or a Kuvaz or even one of the Ovcharka breeds. If you have a wolf or predator problem, I'd suggest going to another breed. If you've got a big ranch or a farm or some livestock that you want an overseer who's going to sort of be the foreman and oversee the whole thing, the Tibetan Mastiff is the right breed. I've been involved with the breed since 1978, and I have to say that it has gone to places I never imagined. For the first 20
Everybody fucking calm down. I had the camera's propped next to the goddamn mini fridge, okay? So yes, when I move the mini fridge, the camera moves a little bit. 10,000% didn't expect to be learning about an actual insane amount of a specific dog, but here I am. It's going to be really funny when I do the DNA test and we find out that like she's not even 1% Tibetan Mastiff. While I'm over here learning so much about this fucking breed, which, I mean, it doesn't matter. I love her and she's incredible, but I don't give a shit about what breed she is. She's fucking awesome. Yeah. And hopefully she will grow to be very large. I bought a dog that's said to be a hound. It got tested. It was 1% bloodhound mix. Gonna be like a white person claiming native ancestry. Yeah, but like I don't. It's a dog, and I don't care. You know what I mean? I love her already.
Many years, we sort of struggled to get new bloodlines in, to get any sort of support, to get recognition for people to know what the breed was. It wasn't until 2005 that the breed went into the AKC miscellaneous group, and it was fully recognized just 10 years ago in 2007. I was a part of the committee that helped to draft the standard for AKC recognition, and I've been involved with it all along. The breed started out with very few imports coming in out of some of the outlying areas because Tibet was closed. Tibet was behind the red curtain of China. It wasn't until the last maybe 10 years that Tibet has really opened up to visitors. We've been able to see what's in there. China became a big player in the breed, much to my surprise and everyone else's surprise. Probably around 2004, 2005, suddenly there were hundreds of examples of the breed in China, seemingly out of nowhere. Well, what we didn't realize was that, you know, during that 50, 60-year period when Tibet and China were closed, a lot of the dogs were still there and reproducing in the Tibetan regions and some of the southern regions of China with the Tibetan populations that were there. And it was sort of a shock to the Tibetan Mastiff world, but at the same time, very encouraging because suddenly here were a lot of new bloodlines that were available. So the breed was no longer in danger of extinction, no longer had to rely on maybe substandard examples with more or less Tibetan Mastiff blood from India, Bhutan, Nepal, all the outlying areas where the dogs were first exported to Europe and the United States in the 1970s and 80s.
I love her so much.
So this has been a real boost for the breed, which now has really legitimately reclaimed its position in the dog world. Hey, come on in and meet the puppies. Hey, Pup. What's going on? Hey, you guys. Don't get a wet nose on the lens. They say, what have you got? You must have a treat for us. This boy here is probably staying with us since he's already been named. This girl's going to Norway next week, and this boy is probably going to Mexico.
Look, do you see their tails? They droop upwards like that.
Usually, if they're staying in the U.S., they can leave at 8-9 weeks. Usually 9 to 10 weeks if they're going to be shipped. They're going to be picked up 8 to 9 weeks. If they're going overseas, they've got to be vaccinated at 3 months with rabies and then wait 30 days before they go. So that's why these big puppies are here. Because the breed evolved naturally in Tibet, Mother Nature is sort of the harshest of breeders. You know, if a dog was not healthy, could not survive and thrive to reproduce, it often didn't. So,
I love how chunky this dude is. I mean, she's a chunky girl or a chunky boy, but he's also a chunky guy running alongside her.
As a breed, it is a relatively healthy breed.
Give her a snow pile one day, please. Be the greatest content ever. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I want to try and travel with her. I definitely want to try and travel with her before she gets too big. But I do want to do that. I definitely want her to, like, you know, experience snow and the like.
As a result of that land race evolution and Mother Nature. You do see some of the same issues you see in other breeds, but not to the same degree. You know, we have...
From what I understand, these dogs have hip dysplasia. Like, they can have front leg issues or back leg problems and eyesight issues because their eyes are so droopy.
A very low incidence of hip or elbow dysplasia, very few eye problems. Older dogs will die of a cancer or a heart problem or some sort of glandular problem or...
No, I didn't pre-watch. I only watched it up to like here, but the rest of it, I read a lot.
There's nothing that is a breed-wide problem like you see in other breeds. And it's a healthier breed, especially for a larger breed. They do go 11 to 14 years. You know, some of the first dogs may go at 9 or 10 years from a cancer or some other, you know, ailment. But you'll also have some of I've heard of dogs 15 and 16 years of age living, you know, sort of pampered dogs that have had the advantage of Western food and medicine and care. I've been fortunate enough to become a judge for the breed because of my experience in all the years. And the breed standard is very clear about what makes an ideal Tibetan Mastiff. It needs to be a large, imposing dog. And when I say large, it's not a giant breed, as some of the giant breeds go. There are dogs that are much taller and dogs that are much heavier, but this is a very large, imposing breed, and that size is amplified by the coat. You get an older male in a colder climate that's a large dog, that coat's going to make him look 50 pounds heavier. You know, sometimes, you know, my big males that you saw today,
Your house is going to be so full of hair. No, man. They have two different coats of hair. They have like human style hair, and then they have regular fur. So the regular fur sheds, and when it sheds twice a year, apparently, maximum. But then that's it. You're like fine with weekly grooming.
they all range between 130 and 150 pounds.
Like, dude, this guy is fucking terrifying. This is an imposing presence, dude.
But people will say, oh, wow, that dog must be 200 pounds just because it has such an imposing look, which helped a lot with their function in Tibet. You look for a very natural dog, not anything overdone. It's got to be balanced because you want to keep in mind what the breed was used for in Tibet. It had to survive in very extreme conditions. It had to be an athlete. So you have a balance of muscle, of power, of bone structure, of sizable head, of harsh coat. All those things evolved to help it perform its function and to survive in the extreme environment. And those things are still maintained and prized today. When understanding the temperament of the Tibetan Mastiff, first and foremost, you have to realize that it is a dog that evolved to work instead of people, not with people. So I describe that as maybe about 20% cat. That's smart, one of the smartest breeds, but it's more intuitive intelligence, not behavioral intelligence. You know, you throw a ball for a Tibetan Mastiff, second time it's going to go, you threw it, you go get it. Either that or I'm going to get it or chew it up. Another family group I have here,
We'll see about that. I don't like that as far as dogs goes. Hasan got a cat dog? Okay, first of all, guys, the way that these things work, oftentimes, you know, dog qualities are compared to cats when you want to talk about the personality of a dog and how intelligent the dog is or how independent the dog is. And it's the exact opposite for cats. Cats will also be compared to dogs, specific breeds of cats, when the cat is like more loving, more kind, more polite, you know, just like qualities that you would want. It's normal.
I have 4-year-old Dolly. Dolly is a daughter of my big boy Leo, who you met earlier. Nice solid black color, which is the original dominant. Then I have Dino, who one of my stud dogs. He's just come back from doing some stud work, so he's a little lean right now. But he's making up for it by eating double. Hey, Dino. Hey, girls. Talia. Then this red girl is Talia. She's 1 year old. She's going to be sort of my future show prospect. She and Bravo are half brother, half sister. And she just got that little show spark. Talia! Come on, Talia. Gaia. Come on, Gaia.
He's also talking about purebreds. If your dog is mixed, anything can happen. Yeah, 100%.
The light gold girl here. Gaia. 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 Gaia's a year old also. I did a breeder trade one of my friends, Himmat Singh from India. He has some dogs that are sort of distantly related to mine. We traded puppies
She's
this
dreaming.
year. It's sort of a way that breeders keep some genetic diversity.
Oh my
and
god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's so fucking cute. I'm gonna die.
well, to maintain the integrity of the breed and the top quality. Gaia, come here, Gaia. Come on. Come on.
Oh. She woke up with the whistles. Oh no. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Yeah, good job. Good girl.
Come on over here, Gaia. Come on, Gaia. Come on, Dolly. You notice when we were out in the yard with my dogs, I call them 3, 4, 5 times. They acknowledge that I'm calling them, but they're like, I know you're going to put me back. I've got other things I need to do. I need to check the boundaries. I need to pee on everything. I've got a higher calling. So the temperament is stable. They're not necessarily a one-person dog. They're more of a one family, a one yard, a one flock dog. They want to belong. They want to know, what am I supposed to protect? How are things supposed to be? What's the status quo? Who's allowed? Who's not? And point me in the direction and I'll do it. And let me do it by myself. They should be much more of a guard on their home turf, whether it's with the flock of...
I wanted her to, I every time she wakes up, I immediately put her on the pad because like I want her to, because you never know when she's going to poop, right? But she's such a little baby. She's like way too young to be like properly potty trained. Obviously, these are like the beginning stages of potty training. Eventually I'll start potty training her by taking her outside. But at this stage, she's, like I said, she's too young. So she doesn't even get it. So she just lays down on the fucking pad. Oh my gosh, she's playing with the toys. Oh, this is, what a treat. What a treat that is. Little yawn, wake up from the nap, and then play with the toys a little bit. Dying. There you go. Enhanced.
Sheep, the chickens, the kids in the yard, or just, their basic neighborhood backyard. They should be a guardian there. When you take them off the property, whether it's to the park, to a dog show, whatever, they're much more relaxed because it's like, well, okay, I'm off duty here. I guess I can enjoy wherever we are. They're not a dog, for example, that you could tell to attack a stranger when you're off property. Again, they are a defender, but not an aggressor. You don't see them going out causing trouble.
Why the fuck would anybody want to do that, by the way? You got to be a real freak to be like, yo, go out and attack someone. But I guess that's like, people that get like Belgian Malinois, you know what I mean? Where they're like, they want like a military style dog. They're like, this is not a cop dog, is what he's saying. He's saying this is not an American coded dog.
Looking for trouble, but they stand their ground and say, don't cross this line. If you've got other breeds, get the dog as a puppy and raise them with those other breeds so that they establish their order. They're very reliable with other animals. I always recommend that they have a canine companion just because they relate to another dog differently than they do to a person. I do recommend for the average owner who's got a yard and a family to have an opposite sex companion. So if you want that big male puppy because you just love the breed and want a big male, then get an opposite sex. Get either a Tibetan Mastiff female as a companion, or a Labrador female, or something more sizable, a large mixed breed Malamute, something that is large enough to interact and exercise with the Tibetan Mastiff because they're a physical breed. And
yeah, good thing I have a lot of friends with dogs that are that size. Oh wait, just kidding. Oh fuck, I got Fiona, who's like a tiny little baby. We got Mika, who is also a tiny little baby. Mika is like Both Mika and Fiona are the size of this puppy right now. Like, pretty much. They're like a little bit larger. Myung has Nabi, which is the size of a chicken. Much smaller than a chicken, actually. What am I talking about? The size of a chick. Farley is already much smaller than this dog. Wait, Fiona isn't big? I mean, to me, she doesn't seem that big. She's bigger than Mika, but... And no, Fiona has not met the puppy yet. No one has met the puppy because I'm keeping her away from other dogs for the time being because I want to make sure that, you know, she's fine. Like, she hasn't been vaccinated yet. Oh, she's playing with the other toy now. She got so many toys. Got so many fucking toys. Dude, this dog is so fucking spoiled, dude. But she deserves the world.
They enjoy roughhousing and having a buddy. You know, a nice sizable yard for the dogs to run in and play in. They're not a good apartment or condo dog at all. They are not particularly good in hot, humid climates. They can take heat as long as they have shade and cold water. They can take wet and cold, but it's the combination of heat and humidity that is exactly opposite of the cold, arid, dry climate of Tibet that really is a problem for their coat, ear infection.
Yeah, California is dry heat, so at least it's not like humid. That's a big one, but ultimately it doesn't even matter because, you know, you can be indoors all day during the day. And if I, you know, let her loose outside, it's going to be at night. So,
skin infections, lethargy, not thriving, shortened lifespan if they're in a tropical climate. The type of home I look for is, first and foremost, someone with large dog experience. This is not a starter breed. This is an extremely intelligent breed that will be running you if you don't run them. They need an alpha owner who has large breed experience. They need a good-sized yard. It doesn't have to be a large yard. It can be a normal suburb yard. 6-foot fencing minimum. You want to make sure it's sturdy. They're a powerful breed. They can go over, under, around, and through breed. They can go over, under, around, and through just about any fence. You want a family that knows and appreciates a large breed, an independent breed, and who can stay a step ahead of them because the Tibetan Mastiff wants boundaries. Once you give it that boundary, it's a great dog, and it's not going to be a problem.
You're going to have to call Murad a lot to discipline this dog? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I had a big breed. I had a big pit bull. I know how to fucking discipline a dog. Murad, on the other hand, is a fucking baby, okay? I mean, I think he did a really good job of training Fiona, but...
Problematic dog with behavior. But you want to socialize it early, socialize it to the people and places you expect it to go, and, you know, then it will thrive in that environment that makes up your life. Some people say, why this breed? Why did you get involved? I liked something that was rare, something that was exotic. I wanted a place that I could make a difference. And there was only about 100 dogs, 100 Tibetan Mastiffs in the United States when I got involved in 1978. What makes me stay with the breed? They're such individuals. They have such character. They really are sort of an ultimate companion. You know, I like the fact that they're independent. I like that they've got their own mind and do their own thing. You know, I can rely on the fact that they're independent, and I like that. They're not going to behave the way I want them to necessarily, but I appreciate the character and the personality that they have. And for an individual or a family that wants a very loyal and reliable, large, healthy breed that has some experience, that lives in
She's looking up at me like, what the fuck's this guy
moderate
doing?
to colder climate, preferably. This can really be a special dog. But this is a large breed. It's something that requires a large car, a large crate, larger bags of food. Everything is big sized. It's not like having a small companion dog that sleeps on the couch. They're going to want to be an indoor and outdoor dog. They're going to want to know what's going on. They're not a dog to be left in the house when you leave. They're a dog that should be outside to guard the place, because if not, they're going to go through the screen or the door or the window to get out if there's a threat and you're not home to let them out. So it's just consider the strength, the character, and the personality of the breed, and if it's what you're looking for, it can be a fantastic dog. But you have to, choose the right dog for the right situation and be sure you're the right owner.
Bro, she's fucking sleeping all day because she literally did not sleep at night. Okay?